All right, this one I wanted to just also, it's kind of like a past, present, future also type of video. Um, I just wanted to talk about my life, things that happen inside of me, have an open heart about these kinds of things, and share with you what happened to me. That way cuz some people, they just see forms, okay? And they don't ever see hope. They don't ever see a brighter future. They don't. But I'm not trying to look at the glass half full. I'm not trying to look at the glass half empty. I'm trying to look at the glass half full. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm trying to say I love America and I want America to survive. I want America to endure. I believe it's a Christian country. The Puritans found this country. A lot of people have their own beliefs and stuff like that. That's fine, but that's just mine. And past, present, future. So when Moses left Egypt, Egypt was kind of like decimated in a sense, plagues, stuff like that. But what you see happening in prophecy is a picture of hope at the same time, because it says, "I will smite Egypt and I will heal it." So there's going to be a smiting and a healing, and that's just something that we have to go through. And we're not the ones doing the smiting, mind you. We're doing the healing. We're trying to be there for people. We're trying to love people. That's what we have to do. Okay? But again, past, present, future. And I think about the vision I had and what did the angel told me when I was being told of these things. He said, just like the scar on your head and just like the seizure you had, so shall these things be, a dream. And before that, he said something interesting as well. He said, did they happen? Was it a long time ago or was it a short time? Was it, come on, you know, I said, and I got into the habit of just saying, I don't know to these guys because that's what they wanted me to say. But then he changed my thinking by telling me, was it a long time ago or was it a short time ago? And I said, well, it was many years ago that I had this event happen to me. And so then he said, how about the scar on your head? And that was a seizure. And he said, how about the scar on your head? Was it many years ago or short amount of time ago? I said, it was many years ago, man. It was when I was just a kid, a little kid. And then he told me, just like the scar on your head and just like the seizure, so shall these things be, as a dream. So I believe that even if some kind of shaking happens, okay, or a seal opens, God forbid, because it says that these things will happen. So even if these things do take place, I believe there's still time before that final blow, before the seizure, before the head wound. Off topic, but again, past, present, future. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit about my past, in the hopes that maybe, because what the Lord has been showing to me is that maybe my whole life has just been one prophetic thing that just took place with me. So I'm not trying to tell you my whole story, but I just want to break down some events so that maybe we can learn from the past and choose the present. I mean, choose a better future for ourselves by acting in the present now. That's what I believe. He mentioned the scar on my head. He mentioned the seizure. So maybe there's more parts of my life that are prophetic. And I could also see similarities to what I see happening in scripture or what scripture talks about. And in my past life, he didn't show me, when he gave me the vision, when Jesus gave me the vision, he didn't show me angels in the heaven, or I didn't see the heavens open up. I didn't see these grand things, but he related it to me in a message that he wanted to relay, but at the same time, it was geared towards my life. My brother was the one saving me. The one who I thought, who my street brother was the one who was trying to kill me. And, things like that. Scar on the head, seizure, all this happening. He chose to talk to me through my life. Jesus said, he would always compare not always, but he did this from time to time. He would talk about an unrighteous thing, how much more the righteous. If evil people know how to do good, how much more God? So I just want to tell you some things in my past life that maybe might help provide a better future. And I'm just gonna say it, okay? When I was in high school, okay, everybody gossiped, man. I mean, everybody knew everybody. I was a Christian when I first entered there, and when I left, I had forsaken my beliefs. Okay, the world overtook me, and dabbling in I was using like marijuana and stuff like that, but I believe it can be used for good, but I was abusing it. Okay, that's what I believe. And it's just like technology. Technology can be used for good, but most times it's abused. It can be used to help people, and most people just use it for fun or for stuff like that or whatever. It's an abusing of something. And so during my high school, it went from that. I went from the top student with the highest grades out of everybody to just less and less and less, things like that. And one of the main things was everybody was gossiping, man, about my relationship with this woman that I was with. And in my dreams, that's the person that's always symbolic of I think what the Lord is trying to tell me, that's my wife, but it's symbolic, not so much physical. That's what I think, and that's what I believe. And so they would always be gossiping, man. Everyone's inside my business, and I forsook my friends. I chose over the friends. I chose my girl. Most people they go with their friends. Screw the girl, go with their friends. But for me, I did the other way, and shunned by a lot of people. Not only that, but I believe the girl that I was with was very promiscuous, or my high school sweetheart, very promiscuous woman. So what I see happening now with my wife, of course I see a correlation there. And do I wish things would get better? Yeah, sure, but I guess it's just a lack of belief, or the world is just overtaking them. But I'm going to try my best to stand with God and not forsake him, but to stand with him. because that was one of my regrets from that, was that I didn't go with God. I went against him, and I'm trying to stay true to the scriptures now and not deny him, Jesus Christ. And if you want to do what you, because I remember in a dream I told her too one time, and it was like, look, I'm a changed person. I'm not that same person that I used to be. Obsessed with the world, obsessed with doing things like that, and superficial things, really. But my heart is more for God, and things can't be the same as they were. You have to make a decision, all right? I can't make that decision for you. All I can do is give you a hope to believe in. And I can show you the love of Christ. But that faith really has to come from within you. And so that's who she was. Very promiscuous and a lot of things like that. Talking to plenty of guys. But yet I believe that we did have a really close and intimate relationship. And she was there for me for a lot of good times and a lot of bad times. And we did have a close relationship, but it just started to fall apart towards the end. The world overtook me. And I got taken advantage of, stuff like that. Wasn't wise with how I spent money. I wasn't wise to the world. I abused my relationships to get what I wanted in the flesh, And I would always think of myself, I have some type of purity in me. I believe in, I love people, so I have a genuine care for people. And so I always thought, in some kind of way I had an upper hand over the world, when in reality the world just takes advantage of that, because you're not on the side of God. God kind of like gives you over to the world, and the devil, he just ravishes you. And that's what happened to me. And then I got taken under the wing of a dragon, and he showed me how the world really works. My street brother, and he showed me how things are and stuff like that. And I did a lot of things that I'm not too proud of, and hanged around a lot of people that weren't the best people. And I would always seek God and read scriptures from time to time, trying to struggle with myself. It's kind of like you think, oh, I'm not like them, but in reality you are, because what little you have is going to be taken away from you if you don't fall upon the rock, which is Jesus Christ. You have to humble yourself. You have to bring yourself to him. And I have that hope because, it says inside scripture, Paul said that Christ came that we might have hope and faith on our side. Something like that. So I believe what he did for me on that cross and the vision he gave me purified me and changed my life. That I might not be an enemy to God, but that I might be on his side. And I might help you, just people in general. And especially it helped me. It changed my life for the better. And that's what happened. I started hanging around because I was just in a dark place. Broke up with my girl over that consequence. I tried even buying a gun, man, and that's when everything went wrong. And it's kind of like you're investing in something and you just keep throwing money at it, thinking that these people are for you, when in reality they're against you. They were never your friends to begin with, and the world took advantage of a naive young man. What can I say? Chewed me up, spit me out. But by the strength of God, I got up again, and I didn't quit. It chewed me up, spit me out, got up a little bit, chewed me up, spit me out again, and I taken under the wing of a dragon in a sense, and it was very warm there. I liked it there a lot, and I spent all my time doing that and having some kind of love in my heart, and I was really hating my real family. I think that's what happens sometimes with the world. We get so obsessed with people who don't matter. Sure, they matter, but what they're doing is making them different from you. It's kind of, that saying, you are the people you hang out with. And I'm not saying you can't hang out with people like that or show them a better way. But if you're doing the things they do, birds of a feather flock together. If you're flocking with these guys instead of flying by them and say, hey man, let's head the other way. But if you're flying in the same direction, it's kind of like, the narrow road that goes to hell. So separate yourselves. Yeah. And so I hope every day I pray every day. Maybe my wife will change today, because sometimes it just gets me upset, or I don't get mad or anything like that. I just feel really pain in my heart, or really bad about certain things. I'm like, why do I have to relive a point in my life which really sucked? Is there no way out of this? But I just have that hope and that saying, this is, if a wicked person, it was a good time, it was a bad time when I was in the world, how much more is it going to be a glass half full when I'm with God? So that's the way I look at it. And I just have hope, and I pray, I labor in prayer that change will happen. And I believe on the rock, the understanding of who Christ is, who he has appointed me to be, and I believe that these words are not my own, but his. So I speak them. And I'm willing to lay down my life for Christ. I'm willing to lay down my life for my loved ones, for my family. Silver and gold I don't have, but what I have I give you. Be whole. Be made whole. Be whole. In the name of Jesus Christ. Not as the things of old, but in a new way now. Spiritually. Know that new things are coming. We don't have to lose all our money on a foolish investment, which is this temple. That's what I believe it. It's a foolish investment, man. Don't do it. Okay? It's a free and open society we should strive for, okay? A free and open society with knowledge more than sacrifice, mercy more than offerings. Because let me tell you, when I tried to buy that gun, my whole life fell apart, man. And that's what I believe this temple is, and it can be used as a weapon. Okay, that's just my personal belief, and I'm gonna stick to that, and I'm gonna fight against it, because I don't want to see you guys go down this path. It's not winter time, but in the summertime, you guys want to build this temple and start doing that, do it in the summer, man. Don't do it in the winter. This is a very dangerous thing, a very dangerous concept, okay? And I'm not talking about a physical temple, I'm talking about a spiritual temple, okay? or I'm not sure what building a physical temple would really do in real life. Probably would have zero effect in reality besides deceiving people and stuff like that. But you know, that's just what the Lord is Lord is showing me. And parts of my life, my girl was very promiscuous, hung out with a lot of guys, had a lot of guy friends. And even her own dad told her, you know, you gotta choose, man. Do you love these people or do you love him? And we just had a really rocky relationship, and it was kind of my fault too, because I didn't stand on the gospel. I didn't show her a better way. But now I'm in Jesus Christ, so I'm trying to show you guys a better way. But you have to make that decision. I can't change who you are, who you want to be. Okay? I can only prophesy the truth and the hope and show you a better hope. But you guys have to make that own decision. Yeah. Another thing was I didn't even go to, one thing is, the gossip got so bad, and I just didn't have anything to do or say. People were giving me looks, stuff like that, and I just couldn't take it anymore. For 3 years this was happening, well, so I dropped out during my last year, went to a different college, went to a different high school, and didn't even finish that one because I had all the credits I needed. I had more than enough credits to graduate, but they wouldn't let me graduate because it's mandatory in New York to take language for 1 year. I would have been more than glad to take a language that I liked, but they wanted to force upon me a language that I didn't want any part of. Why do I have to take a language I don't want? It was more like a prison, to be honest with you. People telling you what to do, how to think, what's right, what's wrong, what can you say, what can't you say, and it had the illusion of freedom. And I was big into politics during that time as well, and I was a free, I would like to say a free thinker, but really there is no freedom if you don't have Jesus. And so I just went through, dropped out, worked for the government, did the census, and after that, went to summer school and graduated. And that was the end of that. I still, to this day, don't know how to speak that language because I refuse to speak that language, man. I refuse to do something that I don't want to do. That's forced upon me. It might have some benefits, but if I don't have the freedom to do what I'm going to do or stuff like that, I'm not going to partake in that system. I have more than enough credits to graduate, and it's just foolishness, man. So I did my own thing. I worked. And then after that, I worked for a season, and then after that, I didn't even go to my own prom, man. A lot of people, they go to their prom. I didn't even go to my own prom. I was like, and that was the breaking point between me and my girls because one of the things was we just didn't communicate. There was for a while because I was going through that money drain, that money pit. Okay, I was going through that crap, and then also the prom thing. I didn't go with her to prom, and I wanted to see what would she choose. Would she choose to be with me, or would she go to prom? But she chose to go to prom. I chose to not to do it. So it was just another thing. And so you're gonna have to make a decision on what you want to do, who you want to be with, the things in life. And I believe, my life. That's the way God spoke to me. He spoke to me on terms that He didn't show me a grand vision. He didn't show me a blinding light, and yet He did show me a blinding light and a grand vision. Dialectics. two things, exact opposites, can be true at the same time. Some would say that's a paradox, but that's what I learned in the hospital also. That two things can be true at the same time. Example, I help myself by allowing others to help me. That seems paradoxical because how can you help yourself and then other people helping you? Well, it can be true at the same time. Okay? So, think in a new paradigm is what I'm trying to say. Open your minds, and more than open your minds, more than, have a solid foundation, which is love in Jesus Christ. Have that solid character, have dignity, and know how to carry yourself in the right way. The people are going to act the way they're going to act. The world is going to act the way it wants to act. But we have a strong hope, a strong foundation, which is Jesus Christ. We have him, a mighty intercessor that surpasses all knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and everything that's not a part of that system will be purified and done away with, and whatever remains that was part of the truth will remain. So all systems of doing things, all ways, all understanding, that's all gonna fade away. But what's going to remain is Jesus Christ. What's going to remain is faith, hope, and love. These three are one. Faith, hope, and love. Okay. And so I'm asking you guys to consider my life and choose a better life for you. Don't get one thing. I'm talking to my uncle also. And he just keeps investing in money pits. You know what I mean? And for me, someone who's been there, done that, why not? And then he tried to give me a slap in the face, but I didn't think much of it by saying, "Oh, I'll just give you the money then." But I could have easily put shame on him for that, but I just said, "Hey, I don't need it. I'm not about dollar signs, or I wouldn't be fit to do what I do if I did, and nothing would be against me if I did take a little bit of something, because just like it says, the law of Moses is not the ox that treads the gardening and stuff like that worthy of the meat, that worthy of the food that he's doing." So I'd be innocent by the law, okay, but I'm more innocent by grace. But there's nothing held against me if I did. But just for something simple as that, advice on what to do and what's right and what's wrong and money pits and stuff like that. What's the benefit of me taking a little money? I don't need it. I don't want it, and it was really an attack on my character, on who I am and what I stood for. But I just let it go. It's not a big deal. Anyways, look at my life. Look at the things I've gone through, the things I did. The shame that Christ would choose a foolish person as me. Give me wisdom that surpasses wisdom, knowledge that surpasses knowledge, and a sure foundation, which is Jesus Christ himself. Talk to me his secret things and explain to me, weighty things. And so I'm trying to do the same for you, and I'm trying to tell you, look at my life as an example. So maybe you can choose a better life for yourself. You don't have to be promiscuous, even though maybe you will still have those promiscuous ways. But it's up to you. You can be more loyal and faithful to me, or you can pursue your career. Weigh out what matters. There's another thing that was going on with her. She was obsessed with her career. Towards the end of it, she kicked back a little bit, and decided to devote more time to us. But the whole world hated me for that one. Hated me for love. For the sake of love, they hated me. So some things are unavoidable. Some things will happen. People will leave Egypt, but it also says that Egypt, Assyria, and Israel will all be one. Will be one people. So maybe some things will happen, but it can happen in a better way when the fullness comes. You have a shadow, and the shadow is never worthy of the fullness. Some people even, attack me for or misinterpret what I say. And would try to take away from my character, and I don't mind. I don't care, honestly. But I'm trying to show them that a shadow is not even worthy of what was. A shadow is not even worthy of what is coming. How much more better are these things? And if I say something, I mean it. You know what I mean? But I have the right to bring in a more complete fullness. And if I love somebody, I love somebody. If I say this person is my wife, then that person is my wife. If I say this person is more worthy, then she is more worthy. On this rock, on this foundation, this is what Christ told Peter, on this rock, on this foundation of who I am, I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth would be loosed in heaven. That's the key of David. Knowing who Christ is. Knowing the essence of who he is. And by that authority, speaking things into existence for the glory of God, for the advancement of his kingdom, that it might be in heaven as it is, that it might be on earth as it is in heaven. So that's why I speak these things. But I also have a genuine love for my wife. But she can do whatever she wants to do, But I care about what she does, obviously. But she's gonna, that's how she was in the past. That's how she was in the former days. Maybe she's gonna be like this now, or maybe it'll be a bit better. But the glass half full. Maybe it's a better glass half full. I don't know. We all have decisions to make, but when I was in high school, I denounced the name of Christ, not inside my heart, but by what I did. But I'm not gonna do that again. I make decisions on what I want to do, what I have to do, but I'm always gonna do it in the name of Jesus and for God. And if God be with us, who can be against us? So this video is getting kind of long, so I'll just end it there. And give you an idea of hope, a message of hope. Don't go for the temple. Don't go for the gun, man. You're going to lose on money. It's going to be a big loss. And the loss isn't going to be from your enemies. Your enemies are going to gain. Okay? Your enemies are my enemies because your country is my country. You understand? Your people are my people. Our people are one. Humanity is one. But if you want to play into the hand of the devil and do what you want to do, it's up to you. You want to be a gambling person. I'm trying to show you a better way. Give you a brighter hope. We can save the people. Yeah. And we can proclaim the truth from untruth, but you have to do it in a timely way, okay? We have set, I believe, 70 years, 70 years or less, okay? Of, it's not going to be, it was many years ago that this happened. It's not going to be right away. And we have to prepare. You have to try our best here, okay? For three years, I've been struggling with these people. I know how hard it is to talk to these guys. I know, I've been there. They're hard-necked, stiff-headed people, obeying their traditions, but at the same time, you know, I believe that you not higher ups, but you people in higher positions, higher authorities, the not a poor Pharisee, but a very rich Pharisee, a very rich man, you guys trying to heal you, trying to show you a better way. These are the instructions of the Lord. I am just his messenger. And I'm not talking about something I came up with. I'm talking about my life, things that I went through, things that the Lord showed me, how he showed me it, how it relates, and my beliefs on it. You're going to lose a lot of money if you invest in this thing. But if you wait for the summer, America and this world will be much far better off. Okay? It's all up to you guys. You have to decide on what you wanted to do. God has given me to heal you guys. He's put me here to heal you guys, to instruct you in a better way, especially America. But you have to decide what you want to do. You know, I can't force you to do anything. But there's a lot of it's gonna be a dark time if you guys choose this winter. I'm not choosing it. I'm not choosing to go against God. I'm choosing to be for God. And I'm trying to tell you the truth, that we might have a better, brighter future. I'm telling you the things that happened to me, and I'm really stressing it. I don't want to see my wife go to another man. I don't want to see all this promiscuity and really whorish ways. I don't want to see this country lose a lot of money. I don't want to see all these bad things happen. Okay, dark periods. I want to see a brighter future, a golden age. Okay, a brighter day for us, a good summer. But it's up to you. That's what I'm telling you. This is what the Lord's showing me, and it's up to you guys. I'm just going to trust in Jesus and pray. That's all. And I advise you guys to do the same. Jesus said, pray that your flight be not in the winter. For there will be such a perilous time during those times. But if you want to go against the instructions of the Lord, pay the price. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. But I'm trying to tell you, and I'll give the message about my son in a later time. I mean, not a later time, but in my next video, because this is getting too long. I'll end it with that. I'm gonna be praying for you guys, leaders of the nations. I'm gonna be praying for you also, my wife. You know who you are. Okay. You know who you are, and I'm gonna also be praying for the music industry and the people who just love to gossip, and that these movies, that the truth would just come out, man. But stop doing everything in secret. End this. End this thing, man. Do what is right. Not in shadows and secret talk and all that. Okay. That's it. God bless. Love you.